Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 robot framework session. Today we are going to see what is PIP. We have installed robot framework Selenium library with the help of PIP. So we need to understand what is PIP. So PIP is a standard package installer and manager used to install, upgrade and remove the Python package. So if you want to do anything install, then you have to use the pip command. Okay, and also for the modification and deletion you have to use this pip command. So pip command will help you to install any package, any module in Python from the Python package index pypl and other package sources. So we have seen with the help of this pip command, we have installed robot framework, pip install robot framework. So we have the latest version of robot framework, that is 7.4.2, and also we have installed Selenium library with the help of this pip command, and we have installed robot framework pip install robot framework hyphen Selenium library. So I hope everyone has already installed this robot framework and also Selenium library. So Selenium library is required for the web application automation. So this is two essential package that we need to install to start the web application automation in robot framework. Okay. Today also we will see how we can install the plugin in our ID PyCharm. So plugin will be required to write the test cases in robot framework in a structured and organized way, where we will see the color, font color, and also it will give you the code suggestion. So we are going to install plugin in our Windows machine. You can also install for the Mac. So this is the path from where you can install the plugin in Mac OS. PyCharm ID, then go to the preferences and you will be able to install that plugin. Okay, so today we are going to see how to install plugin in Windows machine in PyCharm ID. So first of all, let's open this PyCharm and then we need to navigate to file and then setting. So this is my PyCharm. We will click on this button and then there is a file. So you can see there is a setting option. So in setting option, and under the file we need to click on setting. So one pop-up will come. This is the pop-up where we need to select this plugin. So you can see this is the plugin where we need to select, and we need to select the marketplace. So inside marketplace we can search the list of plugin which is required for the robot framework. So we will search robot, sorry, not here. Let me open it once again. So we need to select plugin, and in marketplace we need to type robot framework language server. Okay, language server. So you can see this is the first plugin which is showing robot framework language server, which is required to install to write the code in robot framework, and it will give you the support. Otherwise, if you will directly write the code in robot framework, then you will see that will look like the plain text. Okay, so this will give you, once you will install it, then we will see the color and all, and it will give you the code suggestion also. So let's install this robot framework language server first. This plugin is already downloaded 239.4k. Okay, so this plugin is very popular. Other plugins are also there for the robot framework, but at this moment I am comfortable with this robot framework language server, so I am suggesting you can install this one. Otherwise other plugins are also there which you can download. So once this will be installed, then we have to click on apply. Okay, and then also click on the restart ID. So after restarting, it will automatically open. So this is our PyCharm where we have installed our robot framework language server plugin that we can see it should be installed. So let's cross verify it is installed or not. So go to plugin and go to the installed section where we can see this robot framework language server is already installed in the bottom. So this is by RoboCorp. Okay, so we can see this is already installed. So let's just now we will start with our first robot framework automation testing first test script. So we will proceed with the first test script. Okay, so this is our first test case which we are going to write in PyCharm. So writing how we can write, so we have to write this first test case inside the test case section. We have the different kind of section in robot framework which I will explain you. There are four major section in robot framework which I will explain you. But first of all, let's start with the first test case where we will print robot framework plugin is successfully installed. Okay, so how we can write it? So first of all, we will create one folder here on desktop, or you can create anywhere as you wish. So I'm creating robot underscore demo, and I will import this folder in a PyCharm I have created on my desktop. So I will navigate to my desktop. So you can open it from the file, go to file and then open. There is a open option. Okay, so I have already imported it, this robot underscore demo. Now I will create one file here, go to new and then create file demo, or maybe I can say first underscore test dot robot. So see, whenever it is required to write the test case, always we will create dot robot file. So dot robot file, that means we are going to write the test case in robot framework. So dot robot will be extension to write the test case, and this is the icon. Robot framework icon will be added there automatically because you have installed your plugin. Just because of plugin, this icon is coming here. If you do not have plugin, then that icon, robot icon, will not come. Now let's start with the first test case. So first section is test case section. So you can see this suggestion is coming that we need to select. Okay, now we will write our first test case. So suppose first test. Okay, we can print hello world, and also we want to print log to console. These are the two inbuilt keyword to print anything. So log, what is log and what is log to console, which you will understand, I will tell you. So we can say robot framework language server plugin is installed successfully. Okay, so this is our first test case which we have written in the robot framework. That is the first test case, and always we will write our test case inside the test case section, so that we need to consider it. So this test case section always will start with the 3 star, then there is a space and the test case, and always in with the 3 star. And this is our test case name. Okay, where we are writing the steps. So first step it will print the hello world, and second step it will print the robot framework language server plugin is installed successfully. So what is the difference between these two keywords? In robot framework you have to understand it, everything is a keyword. Okay, so there are so many kind of keyword which we will see later, but at this moment these are the two inbuilt keyword that comes by default with the robot framework once you will install the robot framework. So what is this log? So log, when report will be generated, then you will be able to see this hello world in the report or in the log file. But log to console, you will see this step, but you will not see what exactly is printing. So here we will see this robot framework language server plugin is installed successfully. So this will show you in the terminal or console. So that's why its name is log to console. And this is the beauty of robot framework, where everything will be written in the English language. There is no any code is required. So you can see it's a simple English language, log to console or log. So this is the one of the beauty of robot framework, and it's a codeless tool. Okay, so now we have written our first test case. How we can execute this test case? To execute this test case, we have command. Okay, this is the command robot is, then you have to give the space and then file name dot robot. So what is our file name? So first test.robot. So we will open terminal. This is the terminal in Python. So we will open it and we will type. We are already inside the root directory, that is the robot demo. So no need to navigate to the root directory, because this first test is already inside this root directory. Okay. So we will write robot space and then first. Okay. First test.robot. I enter tab, that's why it's coming slash. Okay, otherwise you can also directly write robot first test.robot. So this is the command to run the test case, or you can run your file, robot file, inside the robot framework. Robot space filename.com. So see, this has been executed successfully, and this will come if it will pass in green, and if it will fail then it will be in red. So this 3 file has been generated. So we are going to see first log file, and you can see the count also. This is the one test case, one pass, 0 failed. Okay, so let me open this HTML repo log file in this. So you can see how good it look like this report. Oh, everything is there. First test, these are the steps. So I told you in log you will able to see what it will print. Okay, hello world. But in log to console you will not able to see what it will print. Okay, but you can see in the steps. Log robot framework language server plugin is installed successfully. But this one we can see in the console. So let's come to the terminal and we will see. See. Okay. So this is our first test case which we have seen. Now these are the basic syntax and test case structure. So .robot will be the test case file always we will create, and there is one another file also supports, that is the resource file. So in resource file we will write the resource file where we will define the keywords and variable which is required for the test data driven testing. Okay, and keyword is nothing but it will when we will create the reusable keywords or methods. So in Java or Python we are creating the function or methods, but in robot framework we will create our custom keyword which we will use for the reusable purpose. Okay, and this is the .txt file is already replicated in robot framework. Earlier it was supported. Okay, so this is the simple test case we have written where we have seen the log and logbook console, and this is the robot space file name dot robot. We execute the test case. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what are the four major sections in robot framework. That is the first will be the setting section. Okay, so setting section where we will import all the libraries and resource file, and also we will write our setup and tear down. So setup and tear down is nothing but we will set up the before running and after running the actual steps. Okay, and this is the variable. So variable, inside the variable we will write our locators and also the test data, and this is the test case section which we have already seen. We will write our test case inside the test case section, and keyword section for the reusability purpose, and where we will define our custom keyword which we will reuse multiple times in a different test cases. Okay, so these are the four major basic section which we have in robot framework, and we will use this all four section in upcoming lecture. So thank you so much for joining. Have a nice day.